Hey everyone, it's that time again where we do a pickups video for the week. So without any further ado, let's get straight into it. I'm going to start with some newer stuff that I picked up this week. Purely because the fact is they were like really cheap. I don't understand what was going on. I'll start with this one, mainly. I have put a couple of hours into this game, should I say. And a lot of people told me it wasn't that good, but I thought, ho hum, for $9.99 down Tesco's, I'm not going to say no to Tom Clancy's The Division, which actually, I've actually been quite enjoying, to an extent anyway, because I wasn't a big fan of Destiny, and this is quite like Destiny. Maybe because it's not like Destiny, in the sense that it's just normal, I guess like a third-person Call of Duty game. But I quite enjoyed that, and for £10, I wasn't going to argue. I thought I'd get it, play it, see what I thought, and it's alright. Not too bad. Now, the next one on the list, for newish games anyway, is Doom, which is still in the cellophane, because I've yet to play it. Yep, so I picked up Doom. I can't tell you if I like it or not. Apparently it's quite good, but for $9.99 it did concern me ever so slightly, because when they usually drop it to a price like that, you know there's something wrong. I remember like 2 or 3 days after launch of Aliens Colonial Marines, I didn't read anything on it, and they had the special edition in there for $12.99. I bought it and regretted the decision. But I got a nice statue out of it, so I couldn't complain. So, if this is any good, let me know down in the comments. Because I don't know yet, and I probably won't play it again, play it at all, rather, until I've finished the other mountains of stuff I've got to do. And now, the final newish game. Well, I've got some newer games down there, but newish games. But probably the most latest one I bought. I am a sucker for a good racing game. I'm not gonna lie. Like, Sega Rally Racing is one of my all-time favourites, but I'm not sure if I prefer Daytona USA. But yes, I did pick up Dirt for PS4. And I have played this one quite a bit. It is open, it is undone. The disc is in there because I'm currently going back to playing Horizon Zero Dawn, so... Dirt 4. It's a really nice game. I really like it. It's a racing game. What more do you want me to say? Dropped it. Right, let's stick with the trend of doing newer things anyway. I will get... I've got like a stack of them on the floor, and they all fell over, and it's all quite bad. But moving on, yep, I got 3 games for the Nintendo Wii U. And the Wii U was still one of my favourite consoles, and I don't know why. Probably because it's quite good. But the first game I picked up, which I incidentally own on PlayStation 3 as well, and which I never bought, but I've bought it again. What am I doing? Which is 007 Legends. Mainly because I'm trying to fill up my Wii U collection, but if you have played this, you know how bad it is. It's not great. It feels more like a cash grab than an actual game. And when I played it for the first time, I remember thinking, wow, GoldenEye was a long time ago. What happened? But yeah, I got that. Violence. Second Wii U game that I picked up, which was for £6 in CEX, is Mario Tennis Ultra Smash. And I have played this, but I played it with Wiimotes rather than the gamepad, and it's quite good. It's just a tennis game. It kind of reminded me, because I have played Sega All-Star Tennis, kind of just reminded me of that. It's a good game, and it was worth £6 I paid for it. Now moving on swiftly to a game I still haven't played. It's still in cellophane. It is Tokyo Mirage... what am I doing? Tokyo Mirage Sessions F#. Or hashtag FE, if you prefer. I haven't played this game. I was recommended it from a friend who said it's really good. And that's all I have to say on it, because I haven't played it myself, so I can't give a full review of it, or even say if I like it or not. It looks good. I think Metal Jesus Rocks put this in his top buying list for Wii U, if I remember correctly. I can't remember. I just remember my friend saying, oh, there's a really good game on Wii U I found. And I was like, what is it? And he was like, Tokyo Mirage Sessions. And I was like, what? But yeah, I bought it, and it was really cheap. It's $12.99. I've yet to play it, but apparently $12.99 was a really good price for a good game, according to my friend. So, Tokyo Mirage Sessions, woo! Now, keeping with the trend again, we're going to go backwards in how these things came out, okay? So, bear with me. I got myself 2 3DS titles, and again, like I said, I'm a big sucker for a racing game, but I love the Wii U version of this game, which is Sonic All-Star Racing transformed for the 3DS. I've been meaning to buy this for my 3DS for a long time. It came out in like 2013, and I don't know why I didn't buy it then. I didn't pay a lot for this at all. I think it was like £4 on cash converters. £4, maybe £4.50. But yeah, I'd highly recommend buying it. It's still in my. It's not even in there. It's in my 3DS. So I'd highly recommend picking that up because it's a good racing game and it's so much fun to play when you're just either trying to kill time or you just want to play something for the sake of it. There's loads of unlockable characters. You got like. I nearly dropped it. But yeah, that is a really good game, so I'd recommend picking that up. I'm being satirical, guys. I'm not very good at this. Maybe I shouldn't inject too much satirical humour. People might hate it. But moving on to something a little bit different, but it's not. It's on the 3DS, and I already own it on the Wii U, which is Hyrule Warriors for the Nintendo 3DS. Now, I did play this on the normal 3DS before I bought my new one. And I remember seeing how the draw distance and things would pop in, and I used to think, wow, that game, what happened? So I never thought about buying it because I just assumed that's how the game was going to be, but then my friend was like, oh, it runs really well on the new 3DS. And I was like, I have a new 3DS. I'm going to buy it. Yes, it does run a lot better on the 3DS, and it's a really good game. If you've played it on the Wii U, it's basically the same game. Dynasty Warriors with Zelda characters. It's beautiful. So we're going to move on. I'm trying to work out what I could go for next. I remember this coming out. I do collect for the PSP. I have a lot of PSP games. They're all sort of behind there. They sort of fill half the shelf. And I never really bought this. From Russia with Love 007 for the PSP. I never played it. So I don't know if it's any good or not, but it did cost me £2.95. This is one which I haven't took the price off yet, so I do know that. And it's still got the seal on it. So I have 3 PSPs, of which I'm not sure which one that works, because I know one really works. My original one I bought on launch is temperamental, and then I just got another one out of nowhere, I think. It just sort of appeared on my shelf, so... that's a thing. So yeah, From Russia with Love. If it's good for £3, I'll let you know. Right, who should we start with? We'll start with you. Now, I'm a... like I said in my last video, Super Mario 64 is a good game, but I prefer Croc. But now this is going to be really controversial. I don't know whether I should say it or not. I actually think I prefer this over Super Mario 64, and it's Super Mario Sunshine for the Nintendo GameCube. I really like this game. Look, but I should really sort that studio light out. But yeah, Super Mario Sunshine, if you've never played it, it's basically Mario going on holiday with Peach, being interrupted by a bad Mario who's graffitied all over the island, so then it's your job to go clean it up. Wow, it did not sound good out loud. Although it's actually a really good platforming game. A lot of people, I think, were disappointed in it because I've heard some people say it's not very good, other people say it's good. I think it's kind of hit and miss, but I really like it personally, and it wasn't very much. It was only about $7.99 from CEX, so, or £7, maybe £8, not 100% sure. But yeah, that is definitely one I would recommend picking up. I think it's a good game. I'm surprised I didn't own it more sooner. I remember all my friends had it on the GameCube, so I was a little bit behind in that aspect. Right, now I'm going to do these two as a pair, because why not? And it is Sonic Adventure 1 DX and Sonic Adventure 2 Battle for the GameCube. And by God, I have so many good memories playing Sonic Adventure 2 Battle for the GameCube. Excellent port, well, they're good games. So, what can you do? They are good games, excellent games. And I guess like Sonic's pretty much first outings onto other consoles after the fail of the Dreamcast. Oh, it hurts every time. But that aside, these were cheap. 8? No. 9? I can't remember. I got them both for a tenner, I think, or they might have been 5 and 5 or 2 for 10. I can't remember. But if you look really closely, someone's tried to rip off the original game price tag on it. So they obviously paid $9.99 for it, or $19.99, I don't quite know. But I highly recommend picking these up for your GameCube. This game actually cost me 25p from Cash Converters, and it is Fighting Force 2 for the Sega Dreamcast. Now, I've never played it. I still haven't played it. The reason I picked it up was because it was 25p. I saw the spine of just the Dreamcast poking out of the stand, so I was like, whatever it is, I'm probably going to buy it because it's Dreamcast, and it's 25p. I pulled it out because obviously the sticker was across the name, so I still didn't see what that was. Fighting Force 2 by Core, who made Tomb Raider. I have not actually played it. I could not give you a whole judgment call on it, but it looks quite good. Fighting Force 2. I should move on. Right, I'm going to throw the trend of following down on which came first and all that jazz, because the next couple I got out of a bargain basket in Cash Converters. So I managed, well, these were 50p each, where I got Yoshi's Cookie for the Game Boy, which is kind of a bit like Candy Crush before Candy Crush, or at least that's how it feels. You sort of slide the cookies to match all the corresponding ones to, or a bit like Tetris, and you do it in stages and the difficulty gets higher and higher and higher. It's a good game, I guess. Not too bad for 50p. And then I hadn't seen this game since I was in school, back in the 90s, which is Pokemon Trading Card Game for the GameCube, Game Boy. Again for 50p, which is basically Pokemon, but you walk around playing the card game. And then, finally from the bargain bin, there wasn't really a lot else, and because again, it was 50p, and it was the only one in the basket for the Nintendo 64, which is V-Rally Edition 99. I have played it. It's just your generic racing game. It's not like a guilty pleasure one, which I have a soft spot for. It's okay. Good for 50p, that's as much as I will say. Oh, look, we're on to the last two now. And I'll do this one first, because this one was 25p. I saw this at the same time I saw the Dreamcast one. And it is Bomberman! Yeah! And it still has the sticker on from wherever it was sold originally. And you can play as sort of the updated graphics of Bomberman, or you can play the retro graphics of Bomberman, which is a really nice feature. I really like that. Definitely worth 25 pence, I will say that much. Down to the last thing, which is incidentally a Mega Drive game, which I bought off eBay for $13.99. I can remember thinking in my head, am I sure I want to pay that much? But at the same time, I remember there was a Kickstarter for a HD remaster of this, which I actually did back, then regretted, because it never went anywhere. So I thought I would fill that hole in my life with buying the game, so I remember playing this around a friend's house in primary school. And it is. By God, they don't make games like this anymore. Boogerman, a pick and flick adventure. And what a game it is. A good side-scrolling platforming game. I can understand why the Kickstarter, I guess, didn't make as much money as they wanted it to, because it's kind of an oddball side-scroller. Just by the name, Boogerman, Pick and Flick Adventure. I'd recommend picking it up, because it is a good game. It is a very decent side-scrolling platformer, and if you've ever seen any gameplay footage or played it, you know what I'm talking about. It is a good game. So I'd highly recommend picking that up, may I say. Yeah, this is for my drink. It's green tea. Good for you. So, that wraps everything up for this week, and hopefully this will go out tomorrow. Providing that my rendering time is good. So, remember to comment, rate, subscribe, and I will see you all in the next video. Hopefully. Bye-bye!
What could possibly go wrong?